Hey, what's up, guys? This is Alex. Just got to do a little disclaimer for this episode. Had some technical difficulties. My internet is awful. I probably got booted 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 different times throughout this conversation, especially at the end. So, but I had a great talk with Julio, Reynoso, and Chris Madrigal of the Town Tailgate. Make sure to go follow them on social media at the Town Tailgate. They have a YouTube page as well. Really dedicated. They got a podcast pretty much every week covering the team. They've been on it for a couple of years now. Really fun guys to talk to. So here's our interview. Sorry about the technical difficulties. All right, let's get to it. All right, how's it going? Welcome back to another episode of the Ricky Henderson podcast, the greatest of all podcasts at GOAP. I'm your host, Alex Espinoza. I can't believe I haven't had you guys on before, but welcome the two hosts of the Town Tailgate. We got Julio Reynoso and Chris Madrigal, longtime friends of the pod. First time, as Julio said. So thanks.
First time, long time.
Yeah. That's or whatever the hell it is. Yeah.
That's the Sports Talk Radio classic. Like you have to throw that on there.
Yeah. First time, long time. So, hey, thank you guys so much for coming on. We were just talking offline, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on with the team right now. First of all, we have to start off with the third deck, section 334 of that video that Dallas Braden and Jared Carabas's podcast put out, Baseball is Dead, of it appears to be a man getting domed in the third deck. And then the next day we went over, some of my friends we made signs and all that stuff. Is it kind of funny how what do you guys, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
That was your friends who made those signs? Is that up there?
Yeah.
You guys are degenerates,
that's
man.
so great. I didn't know that was your friends. When you posted it, I thought that was hilarious that just a couple of days later, just someone in general just went up there and was like,
no, I wrote a blog about it, dude. This is my childhood friends from back home. And we were just like drinking. We were just drinking a beer and we were just like, I was like, hey, do you guys want to go to the game? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, okay, if we do, I have to get a video from the seat. And they were like, oh,
yeah.
Well, and then the thing, we were at a bar, we were at Kingfish, and the things just kind of escalated from there. And then
you should have went with like a bunch of whiteout and just like, how certain stadiums will have like, oh, this was the seat that, this was this person's season ticket holder. You should have just went in and whiteout. Just
the entire dude.
Look, because they're not going to clean that up. That shit's going to be there forever. If you do that mark.
You have to remember, Oakland just has a history, not just the team, just the city of Oakland has a history of freaky shit. Let's not forget Digital Underground once got busy on Burger King bathroom. So why are we shocked here, folks?
Well, dude, even Deadspin, they pulled up footage from 1997. Have you guys ever seen that footage of the third deck, the people having sex?
But that wasn't the Coliseum though. Wasn't that somewhere else?
No, that was the Coliseum, dude.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was at the Coliseum. So it was 25 years ago, the same. Well, they actually went all the way. But yeah, she was sitting on top of him. In the
did or
the
So I just want to try and see if we can wrap our heads around him and go inside the mind of the one getting the dome. So you're up there. And you're at the Coliseum, which is
I'm watching a big league baseball game.
It's a perfect bowl. It's a perfect bowl, just like this weird ring light in my hotel room that's sitting above me. And so I understand the idea of all right, I'm going to go to the very top of their deck. No one's going to be able to see me. This is going to be private and it's going to be an amazing story. And I can tell everybody, but you're open to everybody in
literally the entire stadium, except for the people underneath the first deck.
Underneath the first deck. Everybody can see you, bro. That. That's
probably what turned them on. They're like, oh, everybody.
Yeah. That's the thing. If he knew that, then that is this man deserves a medal or a holiday or something, or just name the Coliseum after him. We should just ditch Ring Central and just give it to him.
It's the best way to honor him. Paint the seat white.
I mean, that is a god among men right there. Also, let's try and pose this question. Who do we think that girl was? Do we think that was his girlfriend, or do you think that was like a Tinder date?
I think it was a mutual. They got turned off. Like that's not a just like first date Tinder thing. That's like you've been together for like a few years. You know what each other likes, and like
Oh man,
I think they're, in my opinion, I think they're early in the relationship because that's when I think the people are the most active.
That's what I was gonna say, dude. I think maybe this was a first date.
This
Tinder
is just
date.
like to spice it up, just like like hey. And he was like, "I bet you won't." And she's like, "Yes, I will."
The thing is, though, think about it. This is a what? How old is the Coliseum? It's 65, 64 years old.
Yeah, sure.
There's probably been worse things throughout the history of things that have happened in the Coliseum.
Any game, just go into the men's bathroom on the first deck. Those are the most horrible things. Like every single game, it just gets worse and worse.
Dude, I remember we going to a Raiders game, and I smelled weed smoke for like probably the first time in my life, and I looked around and people were like smoking kazoos, and they had joints in the kazoos. It was so fucking funny, dude. That's like my first memory of the Raiders games. Yeah.
My first memory of seeing breasts in person was at a Raiders.
Dude, my internet sucks, man. I don't know what's going on. My MLB TV streams, whatever's going on. But dude, I feel hella bad because you were literally the last thing I heard you say was the first time I ever saw breasts, and then it cut off.
So the first time I ever
saw is he? Oh, he is recording. Okay,
it's recording. Yeah, the first time I saw breasts, I must have been 8 or 9 years old. I was at a Raider game and a woman flashed in the stadium, and I just remember looking over and being like, "Oh, what was that?" My dad was just trying to be like, "Hey, don't look over there," and like trying to.
But like,
let me ask you guys. Let me ask you guys this question: if you're Julio's dad, like you are, it's your son. Do you do what Julio's dad did, and do you brush away, or do you like get a good look, son? Take those in.
I would just be like, "Welcome to the Raiders game, son." I mean, I don't know. It's just like a rite of passage. I mean, I would kind of. You'd probably be drunk. You probably just think it's funny. I would think it's funny. I don't know. But that's why I don't have kids. Also. Yeah. So.
I think it would depend if like my wife was there with me. My wife was there with me, I'd be like,
cover his eyes.
But if not, I would just be like, just kind of look around, act like you don't see it, and just let him take it in. I don't know. Maybe that's bad.
That was probably like the third worst thing I've seen in that. I don't know how many years my dad had season tickets up there, and like we were like
okay.
Deck. That was probably the third worst thing.
Yeah, the first knife fight I ever saw was at a Raiders game. I was like,
that's sick.
We were in the parking lot afterwards. It was a Raiders Dolphins game, and I think it was a playoff game. And afterwards, for whatever reason, these dudes started fighting, and the dudes busted out a knife. And my dad's like, "All right, let's get out of here." I was like, "Okay." Yeah.
So I have a conundrum at a story at a Raider game where I've been weighing with the morality and the just if I made the good decision or not ever since I did it. So I was like 22 years old. I was in college, and me and my buddies, we went to the Raider game. We were tailgating before. This was like when they sucked. And I think there was one touchdown whole game. Like the Raiders won 7-0, and it was a Darren McFadden, like 95-yard touchdown.
Sick touchdown.
So I'm going to the bathroom, and I go pee in the stall, and there on the ground, not like close to the toilet, like on the corner, on the ground is a full beer. And I'm fucking wasted. We had been tailgating all day. And I'm in college, and I pick it up, and I'm like, should I drink this beer?
Don't do it, Chris.
I did it, dude. I did it.
No way.
Oh wait, it wasn't pee, right?
But was it all right? Was it okay? Was it decent?
It tastes like someone literally just bought it. They went to the bathroom, they set down their beer, and then they forgot it.
Oh,
yeah.
You scared the shit out of me. I'm like, please don't tell me you drink piss.
No, it was beer. No, it was beer.
Oh God,
that's a little risky move. I don't know if I can. I don't have the courage.
Scared. You never know.
It was a risky move, but I wasn't sober enough to be. I wasn't in the right state of mind to make good decisions, and I took it and I drank it, and literally, like it. I'm pretty sure just the person before me set it down, and he forgot his beer and just walked right out.
Oh my God! Well, that takes balls, dude. I don't know if I have I don't have the guts to do that. I don't know, like as much. Well, I don't know. Well,
not as many guts as the third deck blowjob guy, but you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's bring it back to baseball. The Oakland A's played a baseball today, with baseball game today, which was very entertaining. They won 3-2 in 10 innings. It was that pitcher's duel with Jesus and Cole. What did you guys think of? First of all, before the game, even did you guys see Jesus's comments about coming back to Oakland or anything? Did you guys see any?
No,
of that?
I didn't get
No. What'd he
to hear
say?
that.
So he said it was like I have to pull it up. Matt Kawahara, he did like a little group powwow, but he basically said like Oakland was my home, but it felt like a punch in the face. That was like the big quote. He's like, it felt like a punch in the face
When he got
like
traded?
when he got traded, and it was a big wake up call. He said ultimately it was a good thing for me, but the fact he's like I felt like they gave up on me. That's what he said. So it was like pretty charged. Like ultimately, he was like, he's like, ultimately, I think long term this was good for me, but in the short term, it was not good.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that statement.
No, I don't blame him at all either.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think he's, and especially I don't know, his numbers have been really good this year. Like last year, his numbers were really bad. His ERA was like in the sixes, and now he's like in the 3.4 range, like 3.40 range. Like I don't know, he's sick, but then Irvin had
the way that
yeah.
Sorry, just real quick. The way that I see it is like he was being for years they were telling him he was going to get the keys to this kingdom, and that kingdom was the ace, this ace of this starting rotation, and you're going to be one of the best pitchers in this division.
He looked
and
really
then
good.
the year that the first year he got that opportunity, and like he would have been the opening day star that year. I think it was Seabass because Luzardo, or no, I think it was last minute they changed it up, right? Seabass won the opening
last
day
year,
star
right?
role. Yeah. Something like that. I don't think he was injured, but anyway.
Yeah.
Like I remember going on our pod and me and Julio were talking about why he didn't get the opening day starting spot, and we were like, dude, Jesus Luzardo has probably like 6 years of being the A's opening day starter. Like this is unfortunate for him, but he's going to be there for many years to come. He's going to be like the Sonny Gray. I think Sonny Gray started five opening days in a row or something like that, which is a lot for an A's player. And then, he gets the keys to the kingdom, and then they kind of turn on him and they're like, sorry, man, we need an outfielder. And then they won't make the playoffs. Like I don't blame him. It would be a slap in the face to me too, especially
and then the outfielder left.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing of like, I think I actually commend the A's for going all in last year, but it's just like also, in retro, I mean, I don't know. I think in that time they made the right move, but now obviously it looks bad with Marte.
Yeah.
Because we thought we were like, oh, Marte's in center, Canna in left, and then Ramon's
going to be in right. Then he gets suspended the next
baseball.
day. Oh my god, I can't even think about it.
But they looked, I know, honestly, we're always going to root for him just to see him throw a no hitter almost through 6. I was like, oh fuck, I'm like, he's gonna get us. And then, but then as soon as I text that to Chris, what happened, Chris?
Oh, Julio, just so your listeners know, Julio is infamous for jinxing no hitters. He'll say it, and then literally like the next he'll text me to it, and then literally like the next pitch it's over. And he did it today, and that's exactly what happened.
He's like, no, it's gonna happen here, and it did.
He's like, dude, Luzardo's about to no us, and then it was the next pitch that he gave it up. And he's like, well, never mind.
All right, so Julio's like an anti-curse, basically.
Whatever if you need any if there's any bad juju in your life, just let me say it out loud, and I guess it'll fix. But honestly, Chris will like kind of vouch for me. When the A's first got Cole Irvin, it was like a random pick in the last off season. I was like, dude,
it was like for cash considerations, from the Phillies,
yeah, and I'm like, dude, this guy might be decent, because if there was like a number, if you looked at his road home splits, because playing in Philly is such a tough pitcher stadium, I'm like, this guy might be pretty good, or like might be good to turn around. And I think I tweeted it from our account. He's had something like 7 starts in a row where he's gone 6 innings. Like we haven't had that all year from anybody. I'm like, dude, he's just kind of been like a real revelation.
No, he's a monster, dude. Cole Irvin, especially today, the way he pitched was so entertaining. Like 11 strikeouts, and like 9 of them were fastballs, which he tops out at like 94. He's still getting strikeouts, dude. it was a fun game to watch today. And then they walked it off with a skybolt sack fly. But yeah, what do you guys think of Irvin? I mean, he's like the ace. I mean, he's definitely the guy now, you know?
I feel like he's a guy who just sticks. I don't know this for sure, but he, based on my observations, he seems like a guy who sticks really closely to his game plan. And like a lot of pitchers, I feel like after a couple innings through, kind of change it up for whatever reasons. Maybe they're getting data that's showing them like, hey, this isn't working, or maybe they're just getting like your emotions are getting into it. But like he just seems like a guy who really sticks to it. Like I rarely see him shake off the catcher. I mean, I guess you don't see it anymore, but like last year, I didn't really see him shake off the catcher. That being said, I just don't, I see him as just like a reliable middle of the rotation guy. Like he's standing out on this rotation because there's a lot of
I mean, it's the ace. I mean, he's the ace in Oakland.
Now in
that
2 or 3
Frankie's
years that we have, yeah, exactly. Now in like 2 or 3 years when we have, hopefully, fingers crossed, another competitive team, where is he in the rotation? I would probably say around like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
you know what you get out of him every start, which is good. Like he's reliable, but is he going to be that gunslinger? Probably not.
To quote one of Chris's favorite things, he's got heavy blank player energy. He's got heavy Ted Lilly energy.
That's a good comparison.
I like that. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Ted Lilly was an all-star at least once, right?
Dude,
he was.
But
I'm pretty sure. I got to check with who though.
And maybe also, with like the Blue Jays. Sorry, go ahead, Alex.
No, I was just gonna say, have you guys noticed his hair? Hair recently? That thing is like blossoming into a huge mullet now. Huge mullet. Got a big mullet.
What do you like so much about him though, Alex?
I just I like his pace, and he just keeps attacking, and he's just his. I feel like it's really hard in today's game to do what he's doing. Like clearly he's figured out something, because his ERA in relation to the strikeout totals, like he's in a league of his own, he's figured out how to pitch with his shit. And I think it's mental for him. He's just kind of has this fucking, I know it's like overthrown, but like bulldog mentality, but he changed his mentality within this. It's like, he's much harder now. It used to be softer. I don't know. It's like a different presence about him. He always had that quick pace, but I don't know, man. I like Irvin. I feel
like the pace goes back to his sticking to his game plan type of thing. It's just like he's almost like a robot up there. Like nothing gets to him. He's just like, all right, this is where I'm at now. Got to move on to the next batter.
Yeah.
For the record, Ted Lilly, 2-time All-Star, once with the Blue Jays, once with the Cubs.
Boom.
Do you guys remember when
you're that Ted cold? It's coming. You got 2 times in your, in your future.
At least.
Yeah. When he was traded after the A's, who was he traded for? I couldn't tell you. So
what year was this? Like 2007?
2004. So the year he became an all-star, that offseason he was traded, or 2003 was his last year in Oakland. He was traded in the offseason. That season 2004 he became an all-star.
Did he go to the Cubs that year? No.
It was the Blue Jays, and I'll give you a hint. This is, you're talking about Cole's hair growing back out. This is another dude with big hair.
Esteban Loaiza?
No, he big hair. Think of like big hair in that era.
Bobby Kelty?
Yep, there you go.
Wow, nice pull, dude.
There
nice
you go.
Pull.
The ginger.
The big ginger. Oh man, he was so cool.
Oh shit. But yeah, that was a second walk up of the homestand. It's funny how underwhelming the walk-offs are. It's like a sack fly, and then the other one was like an infield error. But whatever,
Can we talk about the 4 missed calls in a row by the umpire?
Oh, that was pretty wild on that.
Like Dallas threw a fit. Jackson? This is why I love Dallas. He threw that fit on the broadcast, and you're just like, and he's going for like 10 minutes straight. And you're just sitting there like, this is why Dallas is my guy. Like he speaks for us fans. Like he's just absolutely. So he missed a what was probably the most clear strike of the 3 pitches that are
the
in
first
question.
One, right? The first one. Yeah.
Which should have been a strikeout, and then end of the inning, because that's 3 outs. And then the second one was like just on the outside. Like not even the corner, just like on the outside of the plate a little bit. but in the strike zone. But the umpire doesn't call it because Shea throws it over to second for the stolen base. And then that umpire calls an out at the second base for the stolen base, but it's clearly safe.
Yeah.
And then the home plate umpire misses another strike that's in the zone, right? It's just like, it blew my mind that this inning should have been over.
Yeah. Yeah, the first strike was particularly egregious. Like, it was like a half a baseball inside the zone each way. Like, it was clear, like it was a perfect pitch by Jackson. He got out of the inning. He should have got out of the inning.
Like, Alex, if your box is a strike, your box on my Zoom is a strike zone, it was like where your coats are on your door. It was like that much in the strike zone.
It was in there. It should
For
have
listeners, his coats are right over his right shoulder.
Right there on YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the advantage of watching on YouTube, folks.
And my sick pool party T-shirt. What it do?
That's pretty badass.
Warriors World. Is that a Warriors World?
No, this was from the team shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know they both came out with one, but I grabbed the Warriors.
yeah.
I grabbed this one from the team shop when I was back in the Bay Area.
What game did you go to?
None. I was driving back. I was driving back from the city to LA, and on the way out, I was like, I told my girlfriend, like, hey, I need to make a pit stop. And I was like, I just went by Chase. The team store was open. I just ran in, grabbed a couple shirts, and dipped.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm cautiously, like, the Warriors are fun, but it's also a lot of work for me. So I'm kind of enjoying this baseball summer right now.
Yeah.
It's so nice, dude.
And the thing we've kind of been like hammering on all year is like, look, we all knew this team was going to be pretty bad. Like, we knew this was going to be that team,
I mean,
and this is probably going to be like the worst team of our lifetime by the end, statistically by the end of it.
You would hope, yeah.
Worst team so far, but you always find these things about this team that like you get entertainment out of, and you like kind of start loving out of. So like, yeah, Irvin becoming an ace this season's been awesome. Zach Jackson just becoming like a freaking horse out of the pen.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Puck kind of starting.
Danny, like, I know Danny gave up a dinger today, but like, dude,
Just
Sam Mole, like Puck, like all those
Yep.
guys are, dude, bullpen's looking good next year, I think.
yeah,
Mhm.
really excited. But
Dude, Alex, we were talking about it on our pod like I don't know, a couple months ago. No, maybe like a month ago, and we looked up the contracts for like all like the core 5 guys in the bullpen. We've got them locked up to like 2024, 2025. Like, it's pretty
for sure.
insane.
Like, they're
Yeah.
all pretty much rookies except for Puck. You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, it's wild. Like, those guys are here, dude. But yeah, speaking of relievers, I want to talk about Lou Trevino, dude. Lou Trevino's coming back to Oakland. How much do you guys want to see him come in like a lot, like tie game, like a 3-3 game, like today's game, perhaps like a 3-3 game in the 9th, and Lou Trevino comes in the bottom of the 9th? How awesome would that be?
that would be great. And they're gonna let him do it, because Aaron Boone just seems like the kind of manager who's just like, oh, you got your vendetta against somebody? All right, cool. I'll make sure you're lined up with it, because he's just like a hothead himself, right?
Mhm.
That's
I
what
don't
this was
know.
all about. This was all about those like Jesus was amped the fuck up today because he was playing the A's, dude. You know?
I was like, oh, I thought for sure. I'm like, oh, this no hitter's happening today. I thought for sure I was gonna do it, but
That was a great game. Yeah, that was a fun game today.
I don't think that Trevino's going to get the classic A's welcome back, like standing ovation. In fact, I don't think he'll get any form of that.
I think it'll be
any
mixed.
of the sort.
Do you think people are gonna be so compelled to boo? I think it'll be like a lukewarm.
I don't think there's going to be enough people in there to boo.
I don't look at the end of the day. Look, I think the 2018 season when that bullpen was trying in
That's true.
Liam and Lou, like young Lou, you're
Yeah.
like, dude, he was a monster that
It was
season.
incredible.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was incredible that year, and he never hit that kind of stride again, which kind of sucks. But he probably was the player that dealt with the most shit over the last few years, and I think that's just the world you have to realize you're in when you're a reliever.
Yeah.
Is people have short memories. Like, I don't have it. Well, I'm not gonna go in at that dude on Twitter and talk shit to him
Yeah.
all the time. Just
I hope he
Hey,
gets. I hope he
things
gets a
that end
good.
well.
I hope he gets a good reception. Like, I hope he claps, and then if you don't like him, just don't do anything. But all you hear is a few scattered claps, if at worst. You know. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he tried, but you know, it was just like a roller coaster every time he came in there, dude.
Dude, literally
terms-
emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
See, like end of last year, when we're trying to win games for playoffs and he's blowing them like every other like time he comes in, you're just like, oh my God, we really fucking needed that win yesterday.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
Toronto
just I
walk-off
can't
to Marcus.
specifically think of one, but just there were so many.
That's the one I think. Or no, that was him who gave up the walk-off to Marcus in Toronto, right? Like in September.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. There was some other walk-off. I have a GIF. I was like going through we got the 10-minute warning from Zoom. But I was going through some old GIFs and I just I think it was that one. But I don't know, just Lou, there's some he definitely had some games where he just looked like just so upset. Like you could just tell, like, oh, I just lost the game. Poor guy. Yeah. But yeah, I just saw some game. I think it might have been Toronto. He just looked devastated. Yeah.
Look, it could be worse. You could be John Lester or Matt Holliday coming back to Oakland, which is like, we're gonna devour you. Where it's like, Lou, you know what? Hey, no harm, no foul. You're here all these years. You gave us at least one really good year.
Yeah. But it doesn't unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna be able to see Frankie. Oh, interesting. Is that a hack? I can make you a host. Oh, hell yeah. How do I do that, dude?
You go to participants and then there will be more next to my name.
All
I could
right.
drop that.
We're hacking the system. Chris is premium, so we don't have to quit in 7 minutes. Let's go.
Boom.
Are you
I still have the time left on me.
Yeah, I've still seen the time left on.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Maybe it's because I set up the room, but we could always just start up another one. Because I still want to talk about like the Yankees. I feel like there's a lot of stuff. I mean, Donaldson's on the team. I don't think we're gonna see Frankie because Frankie just pitched yesterday, and unless they skip a starter tomorrow or today, he could pitch on Sunday. But I don't know, dude. I think this is gonna be fun. There's such hella people, former A's coming through the rest of the season.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna kick our ass, but it'll be fun to see all these former Oakland greats, as Julio would call them. Julio
and
has
Dallas,
some strong.
And Dallas said it on the broadcast.
Yeah, he did. He did. He gave us credit too on Twitter, which is pretty cool. Julio has some strong feelings towards Josh Donaldson, at least this past year. He is not a big fan of him.
It seems like nobody in New York likes him. Like I've seen a lot of Josh Donaldson tweets on Twitter for sure.
Yeah, sounds like he's just kind of an asshole. And it's like, well, it's whatever.
Yeah.
You weren't an asshole 10 years ago. So I'm like, whatever. When we were at our prime and you were there, you were 1 year away from them winning MVP, but it wasn't in Oakland. Always have love for the guy. I think
is it just like the way he interacts with the media and stuff like that, or what? I haven't really seen many JD clips.
It was when the whole Tim Anderson thing went down.
Oh, that thing.
That just rubbed me the wrong way a little bit.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, Tim Anderson probably, we don't know exactly what he said. He could have been bullshitting a little bit, but I was like,
Yeah.
It's like I've talked about this to somebody before. It's like when somebody, let's say like, oh, Chris and I make a joke with each other that we have a joke for this to each other, but then like you try to make that joke. It's like, no, you don't get that joke kind of thing. That's what it sounded like. But that's what it sounded like with Jonathan and TA. It's like, if TA's making that joke with like Torres because they know each other from years, but then Donaldson isn't.
Well, yeah, you can't say that, dude. Yeah.
I feel like it's even.
You don't have.
I think it's even one layer, even more removed. It'd be like if like me and you had an inside joke, Julio, and like Cole Irvin. No, that's a bad example. And Lou Trevino tried to weigh in on it, and you're like, dude, I've never even met you before, and you're trying to get in on this joke that you heard third party from a former teammate of ours. Come on,
it's turbo time. You don't get to participate in the turbo time.
Exactly.
Dude, are they going to come back with another season of that?
I think they're already locked in third season.
I hope so. I think you should leave. That's a great show. But dude, did you guys see Chapman's ridiculous play? And then Olsen hit a grand slam into the river today? Like, isn't that fun? Like, Julio's, for our non-YouTube visitors, Julio's rubbing his face right now.
Because I'm just seeing Sheldon Noisy making just pedestrian errors at third. And then you got like Seth Brown is like always finding his way off of first when make it's
brutal,
like,
dude.
it's not their fault. They're
Brutal.
not these natural position players, but I'm just thinking like Gallen at short, and then if Chappie and Olsen were there with TK at second, and then Smurf at short catcher.
Yeah.
So,
I was thinking how cool
whatever.
I was thinking how cool it would be. Like, I know this is super pipe dream, but like, yeah, Olsen, Allen at second, Semyon at short, and then Chapman at third. Like, that would be such, and then Murphy and catcher. That'd be
Oh
an
my
amazing. That'd be an amazing infield. That would be so cool, you know. And that could have happened. That actually could have happened. It would have been a lot of money, but
hey, but at least Shea Langeliers looks dope as shit.
yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think is going to happen at catcher? Because I feel like there's already, they can't DH Shea 5 times a week. I mean, maybe they can, but is that how long can you do that? Like, I feel like it's a detriment to him to DH him.
I would like them to do that. Do I think they will? No, because whatever it's going to be, whether it be, if he DHs 5 times a week and then he catches twice and then Murph DHs the 2 times he catches, that like if you built that philosophy, like Julio said it on our pod, like they would have to play every day, and that would be really tough on them. And also, like, I would think that an ego thing would get in the way as well. Shay's like, dude, what the fuck? I'm a Gold Glove caliber catcher, and you got me fucking sitting on the bench 5 times a week on, it's just, I don't know how it's go down. I would love to see the catching DH duo. Maybe that could be Billy Bean's next Moneyball. Changing, he's constantly changing this game. Maybe that's what he does, but I don't know, man. We'll see.
We've never seen it before, but we've also never seen a team, well, at least I can think of for these ace teams, a team where both catchers are elite defensively, but then they can also just hit the crap out of the ball like these two do. Yeah, but to kind of piggyback on what Chris was saying, it's just like, if you're going to have to DH one of them, you kind of look at what the Angels have to deal with Ohtani playing every day, which he has to be in the lineup and he has to be DH every day. He doesn't know any positions, which is fine because it's Ohtani. He's one of the best hitters in baseball overall. But it's just like, what's going to happen if like one of these guys starts becoming like, you start seeing the bigger numbers against pitching or right-handed pitching or whatever it could be, and it starts affecting them down the line.
What do you guys think about the possibility? Do you guys think, like, what if they like experimented with Shea at first base? Do you guys think would you guys ever consider that? Or do you think they would consider that? Like, I was looking, he played 8 games there in college, like barely, but I don't know. I mean, it's not like
catchers make good first basemen too, because they can scoop.
He's athletic as shit too. I feel like he's really athletic and like he would be good over there. But I don't know.
What do you do with Soderstrom though?
Or why not try it
for now? Like I'm thinking 2023, like for 2023,
Why not try at third?
Honestly, I think he could.
We haven't figured out third.
I feel like there's just many third basemen who were catchers at some point in their career. Donaldson started as a catcher, and look how
I feel like Shea's quick enough where he could probably handle that, because they don't have anybody better. It's like their defense, their infield defense is rough right now, dude. It's rough.
And we talked about the other night. I'm like, really, there's no real guys who are going to be like, oh, he's going to be our everyday third baseman in the future. You're pretty much going to be hoping that like Galoff is going to be able to, produce defensively at third, or that Max Muncy is going to be able to make that adjustment and go play third in the future. Because right now I don't think there's really a guy that is going to be there in this moment. Like, they're all shortstops or second baseman.
I just think at catcher too, like I know today he had that throw, even that throw, I know they didn't get him, but it was still a nice throw. Like every throw I've seen from him has been on point, And
I think
go ahead. Sorry.
I would say the reality is though, I've expressed this multiple times on multiple different avenues. I think the goal for this team, at least next trade line, is their farm needs to be top 10 or top 15, if not top 10 in baseball. And the reality is, if I think they have 4 guys in the top 100 prospect pool right now, which is actually, it's pretty good. It's above a lot of teams you'd think they would be above. But if they want to get to that, higher, they're going to have to sell more guys, but the only guys that can really sell left are Murph and Ramon. and you're not going to get much for Ramon anymore. But I think Murph, there's no better time to get more prospects than with someone like him.
I think they need position players, dude, because they keep stocking up these pitchers, but there's no like position player depth outside of catcher, dude.
But the position player depth they do have, it's all middle infielders. It's literally all middle infielders. Like there's no outfielders in those prospect rankings. Like it's pretty bleak. And I'm curious, like I wonder how athletic Max Muncy is, because he's young. If you need to move a guy into the outfield and start developing him there, why not him? He plays middle infield, which is like a quickness kind of position. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's something there. And then, maybe you could move Shea to the infield somewhere. Like, I don't know. They have to do something for the outfield.
Yeah, I feel like, I just feel like there's something. And maybe they'll just sell high on Murph because he's finishing out the year. He's killing it. He's doing really well. He's about to enter and that's the thing, is about to enter his first year arbitration, so it's under 3 years of club control. And I know Force has said that there's no reason to move him, but like he probably won't. I mean, maybe he will be part of that core in 2024 25 when they're competitive again, but maybe you want Shea Langeliers to be the guy who's like 5 years young, or like 3 or 4 years. I don't know how much the age difference is. I'm assuming it's like 3 or 4 years, but because I think like Murph's 29, I think Langeliers 26. So something like that.
Shea is 24.
Shea's 24. I mean,
and
it's
Murph,
pretty young.
I'd say Murph is probably like 29. Let's see.
27.
27. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, they're both. Okay, so 3 year difference. I mean,
dude, the third picture, if you Google Sean Murphy, is him getting him the cheeks.
Nice. I'm surprised that's not the first picture.
Well, that's what's funny. It's like, point. Those are like the two, like the blowjob and the Sean Murphy getting hit in the head, are like two
the highlights of the season.
Yeah, those were like just casual baseball fans are gonna remember the 2022 A season. Yeah,
I told Chris the other day because he brought it up of Sky Bolt throwing up in the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
And that too. Yeah. I'm never going to forget this season, no matter how much I try to forget this season. I'm never gonna forget it.
And like the worst part about Sky Bolt throwing up in the outfield was it was in between pitches. Like he's just like.
Well, that was hella funny.
And he looks up and he's like, he's ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I just love how the cameras, because like he had just come into the game, so they were like panning around the outfield, like, oh, Sky Bolt just came to the game, and then he just like immediately just yaks. That was poetic. That was so sick. Like literally,
There was a couple things actually. I just thought about, imagine if there was this bizarro world where if he held out to go get drafted for another year and the A's had the first overall pick next year, if somehow Jackson Holiday would have been on the A's, because we're talking about like prospect outfielders. Imagine just like, oh yeah, we fucking hated your dad when he was here.
Oh yeah, you're a Holiday, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, welcome to Oakland, punk. No.
Yeah. But I also wanted to give a shout out, not that he deserves it any more than he already does, because he's done enough for the A's media community, but with Brody Brazil, I've been watching his YouTube's little like mini things he'll put out there. No idea that Nick Allen's future father-in-law is Brett Boone.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I can't believe haven't had Brody on this thing too. I gotta have Brody on here. I gotta have Townie on this thing too.
Hell yeah.
I think
go ahead. No.
Oh, no. Something else, God. It was nothing.
Can we just talk about Nick Allen's haircut real quick? just real quick. He looks like he's a 12-year-old kid actor in a 90s movie.
Well, I think I'm old now.
He's got like
I can't judge. I'm just old enough where I can't judge. I'm like, is this just what 20? I don't know. This is like 2 generations now separating us. I'm 35. He's what, 24? And it's just like, I don't know. Like, I just think all these young people, they look ridiculous in general with all it's like it's just shaved and then it's really bushy on top. That's just like the thing.
Look, guys,
and I don't know.
He's got a busy life. Okay, he's got an A's game in the morning, and then at night he has to go in the stage adaptation of Hunchback of Notre Dame where he's Quasimodo.
I was like, where's the bird coming? I was like, here's the bird coming. Here it comes. Here it comes.
He's got the Quasimodo hair.
Yeah, it's
This for the
it's
Oakland
like
Middle
a,
School production that's
Yeah.
happening in a
Yeah,
couple
the
months.
Oakland Middle.
It's
The
like
Oakland
a.
seventh graders production.
I had a bowl cut in the 90s. I pretty much rocked a bowl cut from
Oh,
to
dude,
eighth,
I gotta see this picture.
sixth to eighth grade. I had a bowl cut and puka shells. That's what I was rocking in.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
middle
Oh,
school,
yeah.
yeah, puka shells.
The puka shells
Oh,
were.
dude.
I got mine in Hawaii too, so I thought they were like super
Yup.
cool. Yeah.
Dude,
When I was
my sixth grade going into middle school that summer, we went to Hawaii. And
Yeah, me
I was like,
too, dude. Which island did you go to?
oh, we went to Maui. It was like the only time I've ever been to Hawaii. But I just
Oh.
remember I was wearing glasses now. I had a puka shells.
Dude, yeah, I went to
That's
Hawaii. Yeah, that
I
was
had
my first
frosted
trip there.
tips when I was 12 years old.
Oh, that was it, man.
Oh yeah,
I feel
The
like they're
JT
making a
Snow.
comeback. I feel like
when Justin Bieber did it, they started to make a comeback. Now everybody's got fucking frosted tips.
well, dude, did you guys see that picture of Steve Carell that came out lately? He was wearing the yellow
Does he have
polo.
frosted tips?
No, he was wearing these yellow. He's like walking next to, I think it's Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling's dressed all sharp, whatever. Fucking Steve
Oh, the
Carell's
meme.
in-
It's
he's like in
the
New
meme.
Balances and like baggy pale shorts and like a baggy pale yellow shirt, and it's just like I don't know. I saw somebody today say like IT and sales, and I don't know. It's just I feel like the early 2000s fashion is making a comeback, dude. Like 20 to 2010s is coming back.
Are we gonna start rollerblading again too? Because I
no,
fucking
it is.
love
That was
rollerblading.
a
Dude,
huge
it's a
during
thing.
COVID.
I think rollerblading's a thing again, and roller
Nice.
skating. Yeah.
Look, kids, if you want to find some quality like Hollister or what was Osiris
Abercrombie and
shoes,
Fitch. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could dig through like my parents' attic and might find something for you.
Well, did you see
So
the nerdy kicker of the Colts, the Rodrigo Blankenship? He
Oh.
came into the game with wheelies, dude. He was
Did he? No, he did not.
yeah, he
dude.
wheeled
No, he
into
did
the
not.
stadium, dude. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's fucking cool. I'm not even like hating on that one.
No, yeah, Rodrigo Blankenship wheelies.
So you're
yeah.
telling me if I take my rollerblades to the skate park down the street, all the 12-year-old kids aren't going to call me the F word? That is,
If you're an NFL
derogatory
kicker,
towards gay
yeah.
people?
If you're a kicker,
No,
for the
12-year-olds
Colts.
don't do that anymore. They'll
Oh.
get much. They know it's not cool anymore, but they'll say some shit that'll like get to your soul. Teenagers are fucking mean.
That's what I heard. That they're just brutal. I was watching this
Dude.
Arsenal documentary, and they were like, "Yeah, these teenagers gave me shit like you're 50 million pounds, but you're shit." I was like, "Whoa!" And like, yeah, this is what 12-year-olds in the UK are saying now. Yeah,
I'll see my 16-year-old nephew straight up to my brothers like, "Damn, Dad, you're ugly."
whoa, bro. What if we were doing that and we just didn't realize it?
yeah, we probably did.
So,
I don't know.
so anyways, Nick Allen, do what you want. Just keep it
Yeah. Hey, so for our viewers on YouTube, Chris is about to get abducted by a UFO after this episode. If you can't tell by his what is Chris?
It's the ring from Arrival.
Dude, I don't know. It's just like this big ass ring light that just goes over my whole hotel room.
Well,
It's
I wanna-
very
I wanna
weird.
talk
Are you
about-
in Brooklyn or are you in?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
talk
I'm
about
in-
more where you're at, dude. What's going on?
I'm in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, and Alex,
oh, bougie! Wow.
No,
like
not
the,
not at all. It's a
that's the Oakland of the East Coast.
yeah, I was gonna say it because it's hella hipster.
No, yeah. It's like, yeah.
He's
Hipster
like it's pretty
Central,
much the Temescal of.
That's where I'm at.
Brooklyn,
Yeah,
I guess.
that's
Yeah,
where I'm at. Yeah,
Or the Mission District of San Francisco.
yeah.
So Alex, have you seen the Nathan Fielder show, The Rehearsal on HBO?
Yes, my brother was. Well, I actually haven't, but I was at my mom's house. Ironically, recording another podcast when my brother was watching it and cracking the fuck up. And then he gave me a break. He gave me the cliff notes of what it is. It sounds absurd.
Uh-oh.
It sounds
So-
really
It's
absurd.
insane.
There's yeah, it's fucking wild. So there's the first episode, he builds this bar and puts it in a warehouse, and it's based off of a real bar, like to the T. He like redoes it and it looks exactly the same. So that bar that he rebuilds to try and like rehearse this person's thing is a block away from me. I went there last night.
No
just hung out
shit.
there.
It's still
Yeah, I was
there.
there. Yeah, I was
kept
there.
it.
I was there watching like the Yankees game and MLB Network and shit.
They kept
The
it?
actual bar, yeah, it's the actual bar. Like
Oh,
not the warehouse bar. It's the actual bar that they like built it up based off of.
Oh, I thought you meant they kept the prop bar as like
No,
a tourist
no.
attraction.
Well, I don't know, maybe.
No, we won't get too far into what happens with the prop bar. We'll just watch it, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, it's hard for me to watch that. It's like so cringe. I have to turn it. It's so cringe. It's hard for me to watch that stuff. I feel bad for the other people involved.
Yeah,
it gets worse.
Yes.
I feel like he's humiliating them for our entertainment. I'm like, I can't do this. It's hard. It's hard for me to watch, but I appreciate his approach. He's on another level, dude. He's doing some crazy
I want to
stuff.
see him bring in like just like delusional A's fans on there, just to see like what would your rehearsal be if you could talk to like.
Oh man, I would be one of those. I am always delusional at the beginning of the season, regardless if we're good, if we're bad or not.
Dude, after those first 2 weeks, you go back and listen to our podcast. Those first 2 weeks, we're like, the A's might not be that bad. Like this offense is hitting well.
Yeah, I've been that way like coach. Every fucking year.
I thought they were going to win 72 games this year, and they're at like 48. Not looking good. Not looking good.
How do you guys feel about us? Because I had somebody text me on the side about it. Huge fan of the new scheduling format next year.
I like it.
Outside of having to play like this weird curse that we have, where we have to play the Angels every opening day, or it feels like every opening day.
Yeah,
love it. Love the format, man.
I think it's good for viewers, but bad for players. I think the travel's gonna suck for them. Like I was looking at like they have like random ass trips. They're going all over the fucking place. Like like pretty much their only trips they have together are like Houston and Texas. Otherwise they're going from like Kansas City to New York, or like Florida to Pittsburgh to Milwaukee. Like, they're going all fucking over the place. Like it's rough. Or like Seattle to Denver. Like, I don't know. Those are all like 4-hour rides, or like 3-hour rides, I don't know.
Yeah. I like that, especially like me and Julio. Yeah. Me and Julio, who we live in like LA, when they play the Dodgers, they only come in town for 2 games. It's like, no, like I want now that it's like a full series and we like have multiple chances to go see them and shit.
Yeah.
The other thing too is I think we're going to start seeing this kind of disparity we were seeing with like these top teams that were just pretty much beating up on their division the whole time. Like the Astros. Yeah. Astros are pretty much ran away with this division because the bottom 3 teams are so bad that they pretty much clinched the division. Not like unofficially clinched the division like in July. You're not going to, hopefully you will not see that anymore.
A little,
yeah.
So like you're going to see, fingers crossed, but let's see.
But yeah, now you guys say that's smart just for marketing. It's like, just spread everybody around, like just put the A's in weird market. I don't know, just put people in teams in weird markets. Like, yeah, why not? Yeah.
And think about the potential of like, teams and like broadcasts love when they're like, oh, this is blah, blah, blah's player, first time playing in front of his family. And he was able to do that because he's from Milwaukee and he was never able to play.
I think it's a good move. Yeah, I think it's a good move. I mean, I think West Coast teams get really screwed because it's just hard for West Coast teams to get around. But I mean, that's just part of the deal. But I think it's good. I think it's fucking. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, shouldn't fans in Pittsburgh be able to see Ohtani and Trout play? Like, spread, make the game more national as opposed to regional.
Yeah, like the A's are going to play in St. Louis.
Salivating to have her every year. They're going to have Yankees Dodgers.
Yeah,
on one of their broadcasts. Like they're thirsty about that show. Every year they're going to have. And that's like the most marquee match I can think of.
Well, like the NBA does that, right? Like the NBA makes everybody play everybody at least once, right? Like everybody
at least twice, and then you play teams in your conference 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just hella smart. Yeah. It's funny. Like, okay, I know the 9-game losing streak happened, but besides that, I was looking at some numbers. Since July, the A's are pretty good. They're 21-17. If you wipe away the 9-game losing streak, they're 21-17 since July 1st. That's crazy to me.
That sounds like a Bob Fitzgerald stat. Like,
yeah. If you just take away the worst part.
Since the end of July, the A's, if the season started then, the A's would be in the playoffs.
They're 21-26. Yeah. 21-26 overall.
The Warriors were outscored by 40 in the paint but they came away with 10 steals.
Yeah.
And also the free throw disparities disgusting. Yeah.
Man,
Now, if those 10 steals counted for threes, I mean, the Warriors would be winning.
I mean, obviously
that was a very cherry picked stat. Very cherry picked stat.
water under the bridge at this point because they got another title this year. But man, 1920 season, Bob Fitzgerald was just putting in overtime that year.
I mean, what do you
like
think, Bob? Well, how many were you not watching many Warriors games from 2008 to 2011?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, Bob Fitzgerald was doing it back then too.
He is overtime. Like that's the brand.
Yeah.
I just love when other memes comes out when he's got the like gigantic mouth going.
Yeah.
It's funny. There was a point where like the Yankees the A's had a better record than the Yankees since like the beginning of July, and felt like I was on top of the world for a moment. But then they went on a 9-game losing streak, and then they lost 2 out of 3 to Miami.
Dude, how do you guys know? So you guys grew up together or what? You guys grew up in Southern California, where you guys grew up around here, and then you guys both moved down there, or like
in Antioch, yeah.
Antioch.
So Julio's one of my brother's best friends growing up. Our families have known each other pretty much since Julio and my brother Larry met in like kindergarten or whatever and became friends. And our families knew each other, and yeah, we just grew up together. We were both diehard A's fans. My brother jumped ship and jumped on the bandwagon in 2007 or 2010 when the Giants won the World Series, and he was like, "I live in San Francisco. I have to be a Giants fan." I'm like, no, bro, you don't. Your entire family is A's fans. You're the child of season ticket holders, but whatever.
Still not bitter at all.
Yeah. And then Julio moved down there a little bit after I did, but he was in Anaheim, and then he moved to LA a little bit later.
Yeah, so I've been down here since 2013, but then in LA since 2016. I was like, I've probably known Chris since like he was in diapers, more or less.
Yeah.
Like I probably didn't realize that. I was like 5 years old when I remember his brother, but Chris's dad was actually my principal too. So
he was my principal too.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait, so you've known his dad even for a long time too, like way back in the day.
Our family's like family
the
friends.
Families like we did the outdoor ed multi-day field trip, and his dad was like one of my room chaperones along with Mr. D'Amico. Are you
guys big Paul Blackburn guys? Are you guys
dude?
Oh, we try to rep as much to Codios. Oh, the funniest thing happened, or we talked about it on the playback, was when I was at the All-Star game. I saw this lady with like a Blackburn All-Star jersey, and I was like, "Paulie B!" like yelling, and she just turned around. She's like, "That's my brother." I'm like, "Oh shit!" Like, and we were just talking.
Yeah.
We were like, "Hey man, I'm from Antioch. We're so proud of him. Like, we're so happy for all the success he's had and all this stuff." But real quick, I'm gonna put this shameless promotion in here, Chris. Chris's brother Larry. I don't know if you've seen videos of around town. He's actually the person who put up with the documentary "We Were Hyphy." Have you heard about it yet? Have you seen
directed it?
We Were Hyphy? No, I gotta check it out. No,
it's about the hyphy movement. He interviewed like a bunch of different people for it. He interviewed like Mr. Fab, G-Eazy.
When did it come out?
David Diggs. It's going around like the festival circuit right now. But it came out this year.
Oh shit, man! I'm gonna check it out, man. No, I gotta check that out. That's sick, dude.
Go check it out. We Were Happy. It should be coming to a streaming service near you soon. But yeah,
sick, man.
Can I just say something really quick about Paul Blackburn though? So Paul Blackburn, he was born in Antioch, and I think he went probably elementary school in Antioch. But he's like a Brent kid, so I just want to make that clear. But we still got love for Brentwood. We still got love for Brentwood, Antioch, Oakley. It's basically one just big city.
Joe Mixon went to Freedom.
Yeah.
Antioch native.
And then Najee Harris. So he's from
Najee went to Antioch High School.
Oh no, he went to
Antioch High School.
Okay, yeah. He's sick, dude. Yeah, he's good.
The Antioch's been pumping out running backs over like the last 10 years or 15 years if you want to count Taiwan in there too.
Yeah. Did I lose you guys?
No, we're here.
Oh, okay. I thought you were frozen. Okay, shit.
No.
Okay.
No, I just wasn't moving.
I actually had one of my cousins was down here last month from Oakland, and she was like, "You think Antioch's the Bay Area?" I'm like, "Yes, Antioch's a part of the Bay Area." I'm like, "Of course."
We have
I'm
a
gonna say it 'cause I'm
BART
Antioch."
station, asshole.
We have a BART station.
Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Yep. We have a BART station. The runoff of the Bay is the Delta going through Antioch. I'm like, go look. If you go look at the people who came from Antioch and made an impact on the culture and stuff, like there's a lot more people.
No,
than you
yeah,
think
like
there is.
Najee Harris. People say, "Oh, he's from the Bay Area." Absolutely, like, yeah. The Antioch is claimed.
My joke was like, "Hey man, I saw some rough shit growing up in, and like, don't get me wrong, it is suburbs, but I saw some rough shit growing up in Antioch too." So it's like that's also my claim to fame is like, if you've been through some rough stuff in Antioch, then that's Bay Area.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Alameda till I was 6, and I grew up in Moraga, so I didn't see anything. Yeah. Saw nothing. Have you guys heard of the rapper La Russell?
No.
From Vallejo. He's good, man. He's really good.
I'll check him out.
Yeah, check him out.
Low Russell.
Yeah, L.A. Russell. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, he has some really crazy freestyle on Breakfast Club too on YouTube. It's really good. But yeah, just on Spotify. Yeah, he's good, man. Check him out. But I just honestly wanted to like wrap it up. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to talk about, but
I'm good. I got I think we covered.
Covered a lot. We talked for like an hour.
Yeah. I mean, I think the big question is like, what would you be? When do you think we're gonna be again? What's your time frame? I think it's gonna be in 2 years, like next season and then the following season. I know a lot of people are like 5 years from now, but there's a lot of of the talent that we have. It's pretty. There's a lot of depth in the talent that we have coming up, in my opinion. There's no real standout except for Soderstrom, but there's guys that are
like back to playoffs, or like what do you?
Yeah, playoffs are good, or like above 500.
Playoffs. We have some moves to make to be. I thought you said champion.
Yeah, maybe like 2024. Yeah, probably like 2024, because like I think next year they're going to be maybe closer to like 70 wins as opposed to 60, or like maybe even flirt with 500. You know, and then 2024, like if they're not good, then something went wrong. You know.
Yeah.
I think good in 2024. Playoff contender 2025. So when Howard Terminal opens, Howard Terminal or bust, it'll be in 2025.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I feel like even if they like, I wonder how long. Like even if they put a shovel in the ground today, like it probably wouldn't be till what 25, 26. I don't know. Yeah,
probably like another.
I don't know, dude. SoFi went up really quick, and that's a fortress.
Yeah. And also, that's an owner who cares.
That's true.
Dude, my internet is the fucking worst. All right. And like I said, we had a bunch of technical difficulties for this episode. Sorry about that. Hope y'all made it through. If you made it this far, props to you. Thank you so much. But yeah, thanks to Julio and Chris for stopping by. Had a lot of fun. Julio Reynoso and Chris Madrigal, the Town Tailgate podcast. It's a fun Oakland A's podcast. They pretty much every week they're dropping episodes. They've been doing it for a few years now. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Always fun to talk to them. Yeah, make sure to follow them on Twitter and YouTube, the Town Tailgate podcast. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Big 4-game series with the Yankees coming up. Lou Trevino, I really want to see him in some high pressure situations. So yeah, all right. I'm your host, Alex Espinoza. Thank you so much. We'll be back with an episode soon. Another episode soon.